Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? So this is a video that I wanted to create for the tenants out there. I have been seeing some pretty nasty comments on some of my videos from folks that I think are tenants or renters, and they don't like landlords, period. Some of the comments are actually, most of them are so nasty, I just delete them. They come from a bad place, and maybe rightly so. Maybe their experience with their landlord is terrible. I don't take them personal. I just delete them. I'm getting better at that. But I did want to talk about, if you're a tenant and you're in a tough spot today because of this health event, or really any situation. This video really goes on for any situation where you have had a loss of job or a medical expense, or some other life event where you had to, because of an emergency, take it from the kitty to pay rent. I want to talk with you about what I believe as a landlord is the way to address that conversation. First and foremost, we'll talk about what I think you should do, and then I will talk about the worst thing to do. We'll kind of close with that. So, talking about this health event from a landlord perspective, first and foremost, you need to understand that we know, we see what is going on, and we expect some of our tenants to be impacted by this horrific, hopefully once in a lifetime event. We expect that. We need to hear from you. We don't know who is and who isn't impacted, right? Nobody tells us. Your employer doesn't tell us that they had to furlough you for 60 days or 90 days, right? We don't get those notifications. So the first thing I would tell you or suggest you to do is communicate immediately with either your landlord, if that's your point of contact, or your property manager. Now, when you communicate with them, I suggest you bring proof. Now, I know you are honest and you're telling the truth, but you have to remember some of your peers and your other tenants are lying. You could be 100% good faith, honest, all of that great stuff. You just need to remember that some of your tenant peers are not so honest. So when you get ready to call or speak with them or email saying, hey, I need some help, I need some time, whatever, if you could provide just very quick proof or evidence or whatever to support your event, that would be very, very helpful and really expedite the communication. Because trust me, what most people don't realize, for whatever reason, is landlords hate vacancies and hate turns. So I can't speak for all landlords, but most landlords will absolutely work with their tenants to get you through a bumpy patch. It costs thousands of dollars to go through an eviction and turn, and takes time. It is far, far, far easier, cheaper, and faster to communicate with the tenant and work out a situation that is good for both of you. But remember, some of your peers are lying and trying to take advantage of the situation. So if you can remove any suspicion from that communication, you will jump to the front of the line. Your situation will be addressed and hopefully resolved to both of yours benefit. It'll be a lot less stressful, a lot less hoping. I know you are honest in all of that and you do the right thing, but again, some of your peers, not so much. So again, communicate early, document where you can, and if you're open to it, bring a suggestion. For example, I don't know, let's pick August 1st. You got a notification that unfortunately you're going on furlough for 60 days. Document that, because there's probably an email or a piece of paper, so give them a copy. Maybe ask for your rent to be reduced by 50% for August and September, and then you will make up the other portion, 10% a time for the next 10 months. Think about those things. Something like that, if a tenant came to me with that and had the proof, that'd be an easy yes answer. right? We might even go as far as to say, hey, we will give you 50% off August and September. And then if you pay 50% of the back balance, we will forget the other 50%. We want you to stay, right? If you're one of our good tenants, and 95 to 96% of my tenants are awesome, hardworking families that just need a safe and secure place to live, we'll work with you. But you got to communicate. You got to document. You have to help us understand that you're not one of the 1%ers who are trying to get something for free. 1% of my tenants are liars, thieves, playing games, and I can't tell who is who. That's the unfortunate world that we live in today. Again, vast majority of my tenants are wonderful people that just want to do the right things, and I want to work with them. So if you can help us understand that, help us create a plan, we will absolutely work with you. And I believe most landlords would definitely work with you because, again, an eviction is costly, a tenant turn is costly, a vacancy is costly. And again, we're human beings. We see what's going on. So we want to be helpful. So the worst thing to do, the worst thing a tenant can do is hide, ghost, not communicate, right? If you don't communicate with us, if rent was due on August 1st, it hasn't been paid by August 5th, you'll probably get a 3-day notice by the 8th. And if you're not communicating, because, I don't know, you're nervous or scared or whatever, the landlord's going to be left to think wild and crazy things. That's unfortunately the truth. So what I would tell a tenant in a situation where they need help, the worst thing you can do is not communicate. Because you're going to jump to the front of the line and be the first one that they go after to evict. If you're not communicating with your landlord and you're behind a month, 2, 3, 4 months, you're going to be evicted, or your plan is to ghost the landlord, and the landlords know that. Ghosting means run up a big balance, have the landlord pay the eviction fee, the $1,000, go right up until the sheriff lockout, and then you're going to pull up the night before in a U-Haul van and leave on your own. That's what ghosting is. And in today's environment, with all the eviction moratoriums and stuff like that, there are some tenants that could get 6, 9, even 12 months of free rent and then ghost the landlord on the way out. It's happening. And if you're not communicating with your landlord is going to assume you're one of those. So if you want to stay and you just need a little help, number 1 rule is communicate early. Ask for help. Document where you can. And if you can, suggest something that would work out for you. Half off this month, half off next month, make it up on the back end. And again, the last thing to do is never hide, especially today. Everybody knows what's going on. 14 million plus unemployed, another million this week, new unemployment claims. We're in this together. We're going to sink or swim together. So at the end of the day, I hope that helps. I wish everybody well. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.